What is up, everyone? We're here for round 1. Lost the die roll. We're going to keep this hand. We can play Dragoons into Bloodman Vampire, which is pretty sweet. If we draw another black, we can go Dragoons. We could do a lot of cool things. That's what I'm trying to say, is that the things that we can do, all of them are cool. All right. Forest Mountain from our opponent, Hamlet Captain. All right. Dragoons. Send in the Dragoons. Hired Dragoons. All right. Hamlet Captain. May in green, red. May just be a bear. Oh, Incendiary Flow. Okay. I see. Sanguinary Mage can hold off this Hamlet Captain. It would require them having a pump spell. We could play another Dragoons. We could also just play Bloodman Vampire. So if we play Dragoon now, we have the opportunity of going Sanguinary Mage plus Bloodman Vampire next turn. If we play Bloodman Vampire now, we have the choice of going Sanguinary Mage and Dragoon next turn. What would we rather have out? Would we rather have out Bloodman Vampire now or Dragoon now? That's tough. That is tough. I think I'd rather have Dragoon out. Just because that way, if Dragoon lives, we can discard Bloodman Vampire, put it into play with Madness, and get in for 2 with the Dragoon. We'll just allow this to happen. Take 2. Like, this weirded vampire can also just come into play next turn. That's more than a thing. Bloodbriar plus Warp Landscape. What a combo. I'm just going to pass here. And if they attack with the... I could play Stromkirk Condemned and then play Bloodman Vampire off the discard. Maybe I should have done that. Give this flying. Because now we can play Stromkirk Condemned and Bloodman Vampire and give both of our vampires +2/+2. All right. Cast that. Maybe should have held up a black to bluff a Borrowed Malevolence. And, you know, if they have a trick here, that's fine. I'm not going to block the Bloodbriar because they can sack the Warp Landscape and give it a +1/+1. And that seems terrible. Could double block the Bloodbriar, and then they would be forced to... No, then they would just trade with the Dragoon. This way they have to have a trick if they want to save the Hamlet Captain, which I'm more than fine if they play a trick. Because next turn we're going to play Condemned plus the Bloodman Vampire. And what's cool with the Condemned and Madness is that when you discard, the +1/+1 trigger goes on the stack. The Bloodman Vampire is discarded, gets put into play, and then this resolves, so this would become a 5/2. Savage Alliance. So savage. All right. Okay. I think that we just go with the Condemned and say go. Vampires, including itself. That's pretty cool. Savage Alliance. Savage Alliance Incendiary Flow? That's not fair. Black mana. All right. Fair play. Yeah. Just madness this out. And I can show you what I'm talking about with these triggers. So this comes into play. This resolves. This becomes a 5-2, along with all of our other vampires. Yeah. That sounds great. We'll also play that. Can swing in with all 3 because we can discard a card and give all of our vampires +1/+1, and then we can also sacrifice a creature and give all of our vampires a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, this is not going to work out the way that you'd like for it to work out. We do have to discard all the cards in our hand and sacrifice a creature, but do we sacrifice the Sanguinary Mage? Yeah, I think so. All right, eat your guy. Now we have just like infinite coming in next turn. Because we're going to draw a card, we can probably just discard it and then sacrifice another creature. Probably just sacrifice itself. Whoa, aggressive. All right. All right, let me hear you say it. You can't just like have just infinite mana up. You have Bloodbriar and Olivia. Looks like they were red-green. Swift Spinner Spider. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, and you can discard a card. Is it good? Oh yeah, it's good. All right. But they also have no cards in hand. We're also just going to like get very close to just lethaling them. It says lifelink too. Wow. Yeah. Not going to work the way you want it to work. Discard that, so we're just going to eat the Bloodbriar. We could then also discard or sacrifice this to eat this, and then just kill both their creatures. That's pretty good too. Can also just do 8 to them. We'll be left with these 3 against these 2. They have no cards in hand. I mean, if this is just going to eat here, we might as well sacrifice this. All right. And then a cultist can still do major nastiness to them. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Getcha. Coming in. Wow. All right. No, I don't think that we're bringing anything in against them. Maybe Borrow Malevolence? What did they play? Did they play anything with 1 toughness against us? I don't think so. They had the Spider. They had Olivia. They had the Hamlet Captain. No, I don't think so. Maybe not this. Maybe Borrow Malevolence. Then we can just eat the Hamlet Captain. All right, we'll do that. All right, what do we have here? Well, if we draw a mountain, we can Dragoons into madnessing this out, and then we have just a bunch of other fun stuff to do. Yeah, I think this is a keep. If we draw a mountain, it's very good. And we do have a 2-drop. Mountain? No, that's not a mountain. Something else that we can discard to the Dragoons. Okay, another thing we can discard the Dragoons, but we still just need a mountain. Yep. And you just have the perfect Jund. Ooh, are you missing a land drop? This can't be good. Uh-huh. I see. No, you're not missing a land drop. That's pretty good. I think that we just pass, and then we can make Mischief this vampire token they make, or just Incendiary Flow that. Hustle and Flow. Get out of here. If we draw any land, we can play Pale Rider into Bloodband Vampire. Yeah, we don't do that. Guess we just play Bloodband Vampire. Say go. Again, any land will allow us to play Pale Rider Greetings. If they make a vampire token, we can make Mischief it. We got some stuff going on. Oh, Alchemist Greeting. Okay. Alchemist Greeting, our 4/1? Seems like a lot of damage to put on 1 toughness. Seeing as how the Bloodline token can also just block it. But, you know, my opponent knows what they're doing. Yep. Happy to do this. Then also this token does so much work against Call the Bloodline tokens already. We just need to draw lands. Ooh. They have their own devil tokens. Nice. So we're still just looking for a land. So we can go Pale Rider into Alchemist Greeting. Looking for a land so we can just play Weirded Vampire. Oh yeah, we'll just clean up this board. I want my trigger to go there. My trigger goes there. Where's your trigger going? To the face. All right. Oh no. Disaster. So we can play Pale Rider to just play it and take 3 off this. No, I think I'd still rather just hit a land and be able to play Pale Rider into Greeting. That would probably be the best. And then Pale Rider can just dominate this board. So any land, we would even take a swamp. I wouldn't be the happiest with a swamp, but all right. Swamp that is. I'm going to still take out the Innkeeper because then they have to discard a card to use the Bloodseeker and to trade. So really it'd be a 2-for-1. All right. Get you there. And, oh, another Alchemist Greeting? You have double Alchemist Greeting too? Ridiculous. At least this this Weirded Vampire will help out with this mess, and we're only taking 2, so that's pretty good. And at some point, we can play this Abundant Maw and gain some of this life back. So let's see. I think we just play Weirded Vampire. Say go. No 3rd Alchemist Greeting from our opponent. That's got to be good for us. Duelist. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could be 8 damage. Oh my goodness. But it's not 8 damage. We just want to play Fury Blade Vampire plus Youths. That seems pretty good. Because we go to combat. Discard that. Cast that. Okay. All right. I mean, we're at 5. It's not 0. We're about to get this Abundant Maw online. Let's see, 5, 6, 7. So we can sacrifice the Fury Blade Vampire to put it in play. I think that's what we're going to do next turn. If we draw a land, we probably just play it. And then we could play the Outcast, and then if we draw another land on top of that, we can flip it. Oh, geez, it's just getting in there. We'll block here. If we block like that, then they would have to discard a card to the Ravenous Bloodseeker, and then we'd trade. This is fine, this is fine. Let's see. We don't get beat by a Borrowed Hostility. Borrowed Malevolence will be annoying. It means that we wouldn't trade here, so maybe we put it like that. Okay. I'm switching up this block because Borrowed Malevolence, if they give this +1/+1 and this -1/-1, they would just eat this. As it is, they... Oh, whoa. That just cleaned up the board. Okay. Let's see. 6, 4, 6. Let's see. I think that we just play... I think that we just play Wildenpack Outcast and pass? Is that good? We could play Sanguinary Mage. If we play Sanguinary Mage, then we can flip it into an Abundant Maw. Yeah, I think I like doing that. Plus, this can still block a Call the Bloodline token. Can block Wailing Ghoul if we want. No attacks from us. I think we can start attacking once we play this Abundant Maw. Also, if we're pretty close to just flipping this. So maybe that's our route to victory here. All right, what do you got? 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I can see just turning this into Abundant Maw. Going up to 7. Maybe attacking. Who knows? I think it depends on what our opponent does here. Okay, so they just passed. They didn't do anything. Dragoon. I could just attack. I think I'm still going to play the Abundant Maw. And I think that we're just going to do that now. Just do that now. And so that way we have a bit of a life buffer. Next turn, if we draw a land, we can play Outcast and Dragoon. And then the turn after, since we had drawn a land, we'll have 7 lands and we can flip the Outcast. And actually start dealing some damage. Did our opponent play a land instead of using it for Call the Bloodline? That's kind of wild. Whoa. Certain Death? That's not cool. All right. So now we can make that play I just talked about. But first, let's attack. Two for the Dragoon. 5 for the outcast. Say go. Our opponent has 2 cards in hand. No plays from them. That's great. That we can just attack with the Wildenpack outcast. And I'm not going to use any mana. I'll just try and flip it on their turn. I don't want this to get hit with like a throttle or something. That would be just terrible. Which it looks like that's what's happening. But I'm cool with just dealing damage to them. We could have pumped that up once. Yeah, it looks like they're just sitting on throttle. But we can just be more patient. So let's see. If we play this other land, we can flip this and pump it twice. Before they can throttle. No, I think that... Ooh la la. Hello. Do we go for it? I think one more turn. Maybe if we get them to tap out on their turn. This has to be a throttle. Call the Bloodline. Okay. Just discarding a card to gain 1 life. I guess it'd be 2 life. And say go. Now we can transform this and it'll tap them out. They'll still be able to make a Call the Bloodline token. No, I think that we just keep running this. They have to have throttle. They have to. And here I'm going to discard this. This will force them to make some choices. Yeah. Okay. I guess they're just dead next turn. And I think no matter what, we'll just flip this on our turn. Because this plus this plus this. And if they tap out for Call the Bloodline, we can just have the Bloodline token block the Devils, and then they'd go up to 8, but then they'd be taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. And if they don't have throttle, then we just throttle them. All right, what are they doing here? 7 damage to everything. That's pretty wild. Okay. Okay. So let's just put them to 1. And see what we can muster here. Harvest Hand. Oof. I mean, maybe we were just playing it a little too cautiously with like the. That's pretty good. Okay. You know, barring something miracle-like happening. Wow. All right. Okay. Lost that one. But take down game 3. I have the faith. I think our deck is very good. Yeah. Especially now that we know that they have Call the Bloodline and Dance with the Devils. I like the idea of keeping the Borrowed Malevolence. All right, we will play first. It's not a good hand. We'll mulligan that. This is a good hand. This is a fine hand. Keep this. Yeah, we'll keep that on top. I would have any land we would have put on the bottom, and that was borderline to keep that one. What is this? Bold Impaler? How bold of you. All right, Bold Impaler. Yep. All right. I guess we can attack here. And if they do anything, we'll just play Weirded Vampire. What is this? What are you doing? You're discarding a card? This makes no sense. All right. Maybe we should have Incendiary Flowed the Bloodseeker because now they have double Alchemist Greeting. But we'll let them attack here. Yeah. Let's take 2. Oh, yeah. So we'll play that. Get in for 5 this turn. Play another Dragoon. Yeah, 5 damage is pretty good. So now, like, they can't really attack with the Bold Impaler. See, this is why Bold Impaler is not good. Ugh. Yep. Nothing from our opponent. Yeah, we'll just attack with everything. If they go for something sneaky here, we can Borrowed Malevolence them. Yep, yep. And I assume something sneaky is going to happen. All right, deals 1 to everything. So let that resolve. If we can pump this up by 1, and then they would have to discard a card to then kill this. Or what if we did both? Give +1/+1, -1/-1. Did that. Uh-huh. So then if our opponent discards a card, it would actually just kill the Bloodseeker. So really, they traded Savage Alliance, Bold Impaler, and Bloodseeker for, yeah, your guy dies. Thank you for discarding a card. Wow. Wow. The blowouts. They're real. The blowouts are real. Okay. Oh, what just happened? Boon of Emrakul? Okay. Well, I'm going to play this land. Because if we draw any of our 5-drops, we want to be able to play those. We're in an interesting spot. Conduit of Storms? Sure. Devils? So let's see. We can do 3, 4, 5 to them this turn? Sure. See, this is just a removal spell, plus it also deals 3. It's like a Searing Blaze. Yep. Down to 3. Reduced Ash. Okay. So we're just playing off the top. It's a pretty good one to play off the top. If they have like Galvanic Bombardment, we can discard a card. Innkeeper. Innkeeper's fine. Alchemist Greeting. Yep, that's game. Kill that. This gets +1/+1. Kill you. Kill you dead. We did it. All right, good games, and we'll see you for round.